Central New Mexico Tattoo Fiesta.
In its 12th year of existence. Sorry, let me get this unraveled. I don't need it, thank you. 12th year of existence. That's right, we missed a couple years. We all know why. Now I gotta ask a question. Who recalls learning about the Spanish influenza of 1918 in class? Well, like 3 people? Yeah, I didn't remember it either. So when it happened, it was terrifying. We were stuck at home. We couldn't leave. We were left with nothing but news to watch and time to think. And when we looked at that news, we saw thousands of people dying, didn't we? Now there's been millions. It was pretty scary. Did anyone experience it near their home and with their family? I know, just like we had mentioned earlier, Bill had said, we have lost some people close to us. I watched my neighbor actually get pulled out of her house on a gurney, bent over, breathing and trying to catch her breath from the virus. It was that close to my house. It was scary. It made me think probably something that all of us thought, right? At one point we thought, oh shit, am I gonna catch the virus? And if I catch that virus, am I gonna die? I mean, that put me into a weird mental state. I think it put us all into a weird mental state, right? It put me into this deathbed mentality, right? That one day when you're on your deathbed and you look back across your life, you're gonna wonder, what's truly important? And of course, we all know it's our loved ones, our friends, our families, our communities. But you gotta ask, what the fuck did you do for those friends and family? How did you benefit your community? Hell, what did you do for the human species? At least I asked myself that question. And I'm gonna be vulnerable and honest with you guys, I didn't have a good answer. And then shortly after, we got shut down and all tattoo studios could not operate for several months. And then something fucking amazing happened. I'm sure everyone can agree, all tattooers can agree, we were bombarded by our clients, sending us deposits, booking appointments, making sure that we were safe throughout the pandemic and throughout the quarantine, weren't we? It was amazing. And it dawned on me, I'm a fucking tattoo artist. I've touched thousands of people's lives throughout my career. I mean, as a tattoo artist, this is a true honor, and it should be, because this is an ancient and prestigious craft. We have been marking our flesh forever. Does anybody know how old tattooing is? Longer than that. Tattooing has been around since before written history. That's why you cannot deny that prehistoric pleasure you derive from seeing some beautifully inked skin. But it's not just about the images, right? Traditional ancient tattooing was used for therapeutic and protective and rites of passage purposes. Our earliest known discovery of tattooing is found on a body in places of acupuncture, used to assuage pain, elicit healing. We found ancient Egyptian women with nets tattooed on their stomachs, probably to help protect their unborn child during pregnancy. And we've all seen those Samoan tattoos where they're tattooed from their knees to their nipples, right, for rites of passage. But is anybody recalling the ancient Norse, Saxons, Danes that would get tattooed upon their travels around the world? Or what about those during the Crusades, the knights that would get crosses tattooed on their hands to ensure a Christian burial? Tattooing has been around, and it does not stop there. It keeps going even through the Victorian era. There it returned to a sign of royalty on some kings, like King Edward VII, and his sons, Prince Albert and King George V, all had tattoos. They even got some sweet Japanese tattoos by Horichio of their time. But it wasn't just the men, it was the women as well. Lady Randolph Churchill, Winston Churchill's mother, had a sweet snake tattoo on her wrist. And this affected the high society. There was an article written in the New York World Historical Society. An article stated that 3/4 of the wealthy New York socialite women were tattooed at that time. And then we start to see the tattooed ladies in the circus sideshows and the burlesque shows. And of course, it was sexy, it was considered promiscuous, but these women felt liberated, free in a man-dominated world, able to find employment when it was very difficult for women to find work. Simultaneously, our World War I and World War II soldiers are coming back with items and images of bravery and survival and battle. But they came back during a time before veteran affairs. So all that post-traumatic stress syndrome was just basically told to suck it up, soldier, and go back to life. Many of these veterans started some very predominant clubs like Hell's Angels. So we've got the iconic image of a tattooed biker mixing with the promiscuous woman, and that didn't stop tattooing. That stigma didn't stop nothing because it went right on through the 60s and 70s counterculture era. The 80s, sex, drugs, rock and roll, and punk rock. And then the 90s, celebrities. Remember Pamela Anderson and her sweet armband tattoo? Dennis Rodman and those crazy crappy tattoos he had all over him? Even Sean Connery had a tattoo. It's pretty cool. But this kept the momentum going all the way to 2004, and boom! Miami Ink started it all. And now it's all over. Every demographic gets tattooed. I'm sure every tattoo artist is tattooing everyone. I'm sure we've got even people representing all forms here. Law enforcement, fire department, lawyers, doctors, surgeons, even politicians. But it's not just the pretty image on the body. We're using tattoos for medical purposes as well. I know there's several permanent cosmetic practitioners in the audience. We're using hair and skin repigmentation to help those with balding, premature balding, as well as vitiligo. And even areola restoration to help those cancer survivors feel more confident about their image. Now, tattoos have been found to be beneficial for our health. The University of Alabama, I remember that university, found that repeated tattoos can actually increase your immune system, helping your body's general ability to fight infections to raise, and simultaneously lower your cortisol levels. And let's talk about psychological. Who here has not gotten a tattoo and not felt amazing? What tattoo artist has not seen their client blossom with self-confidence upon completing a large body of work? But tattoos have evolved. They're no longer sharp sticks and bone shards, needles going through the skin with thread. We've got revolutionary technology. Machines that make tattoos easy, faster, more efficient, less painful. But no matter how you slice or dice it, it hurts. We're poking holes in skin. And for all my tattooers out there, I know this is a message, you can hear this, because when we tattoo somebody, we put them in a compromised position. When you get tattooed, you have to override your fight or flight system. You have to accept the pain being inflicted upon you, and you have to trust the person that's doing that to you. Isn't that an intimate bond built on trust and acceptance? That's amazing. And every tattooer knows that when you have somebody in this vulnerable position, they are more open and receptive to you. When you are like that, you are giving your artist your undivided attention. And the things we say to our clients penetrate deeper than any other time, any other situation. This is an opportunity for those tattoo artists that are listening, that actually can hear this message, because this is fucking important. Tattooing gives us life lessons. Not only does a tattoo strengthen our immune system, but it also strengthens our resolve, our willpower, our ability to take pain. And at the end, we have a beautiful tattoo, just like life. Life is pain. It is wounds. You're gonna get knocked down. You're gonna get kicked in the teeth. But you gotta get up, dust yourself off, heal, and that's gonna make you stronger and more beautiful. You gotta learn to commit to an image for the rest of your life. It ain't going nowhere. Just like anything worthwhile in life takes commitment. You have to commit to it and follow all the way through. And the granddaddy, this one is what I'm doing right now. Facing fear. Getting up and trying to share a message with my industry. Sharing how important our craft is to humanity. and seeking that validation. Pain from tattoos hurt. They elicit fear. A lot of people, I was talking with Lorenzo earlier. He was talking about he hasn't got tattooed yet because of the fear of pain. We'll get you in the chair, buddy. You have to go through that pain to get that tattoo. Well, I am a firm believer that anything great in your life exists on the other side of fear. And to get to your next level of greatness, you have to go through that fear to get there. And these are not new life lessons, you all. These have been taught for thousands of years. We descend from tribal leaders, elders, shamans, and healers. They would guide and protect their people. Why can't we guide and protect our people? Why can't we be community leaders again? Imagine a world, you all. A world where tattooing is so ingrained to where the rites of passage are returned. From adulthood all the way to ending, we have ingrained tattooing from 30% of our population now to 90% of our population. Can you all imagine a tattooed president one day? Right? And I'm not talking about a dude who's got or a person who's got a tattoo under their jacket. I'm talking about a person who's got Mi Vida Loca dots on their eye, tattoos on their neck, fully sleeved arms and hands, leading with the strength they've gained from being tattooed, guiding the community and the country with commitment and fearlessness. Can you imagine that? Because you guys know in 100 years from now or so, future generations are going to look back at the coronavirus of 2020. How one little virus traversed the entire globe and essentially affected every single person on it. It doesn't matter how much money you make, possessions you own, power you wield, or social media following you have. It affected us all because we all breathe air, y'all. But we also all have skin. And we have to ask ourselves, what are we going to see after the 2020 pandemic in the future history books? Will it be like the last pandemic? Will it precede war? Or could we potentially see pictures of beautifully tattooed hands clasping in the commitment to find similarities within our differences, no matter the skin color, no matter the skin type or origin? That we are all these flesh-covered beings called humans on planet Earth. And we are going to move together fearlessly, learning to trust each other, even though we've inflicted so much pain upon each other. So one day, you all, we are going to be on our deathbed. We are going to look back on our lives. We're going to contemplate if what we did was important, if the things that we did in our life made a difference. And as a tattoo artist, you've got options. You can tattoo, make money, have a good living. Maybe share some of this wisdom with your clients. Maybe have some regrets. Or you can know that you were a tattoo leader, that you embed greatness into humankind, that you participated in a unique craft that could have been the catalyst that changed the trajectory of the human species. That every time you tattoo somebody, to all my tattooers out there, you have the ability, the power to tattoo commitment and fearlessness into their hearts because words are powerful, you all. And you take those powerful words and you put them together with this ancient and prestigious craft, you have the power to change a life. That's true. So in that sense, our tattoo wounds can heal the world. Every tattoo owner has the ability to make lives better, to improve lives. Every tattoo you do. I hope you hear that. Every tattoo you do, you can improve a life. And this makes their lives better and the people's lives around them better and out and making the world a better place. And we can do this one tattoo at a time, y'all. One tattoo at a time. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for all those that heard me. Now, I know that These comments may have fell on some ears that heard it. And if you truly heard these words, because leaders are the minority, they're not the majority. If you heard these words and you want to continue this conversation, or hell, maybe you're like struggling with work-life balance with tattooing. It's hard being a tattoo artist. It's difficult with our schedule, right? Trying to juggle that, have a personal life. Or maybe you want to get your artwork critiqued online, but you keep getting trolled. Or having issues with finances and business? And I got a quick question, and I'm pretty sure no one has to acknowledge anything I'm about to say. You don't have to raise your hand or nothing, but I'm sure there's a lot of people suffering from imposter syndrome. That's a big one. You feel like no matter how many awards you win, how many social media followers you have, how many businesses you own, you still don't feel like you're a part of that conversation? Well, I got to tell you about this space online called Launchpad. It's put on by Tattoo Smart. This place is amazing. This is a members-only, vetted professionals platform where we sit down and talk about all the topics we were just discussing. Open, honest, authentic communications, right? The month that I've been involved with this as a founding member has changed my career. It's got me up here giving speeches. If you have any questions about it, and I know there's people out there that do, come see me at the table. I'll be here all weekend. Come be a part of the conversation. And with that, y'all, looks like dinner's coming. I think we're gonna have some Aztec dancers coming real soon. So I hope you guys enjoy your dinner. Thank you for listening to my speech. The New Mexico Tattoo 10th year anniversary, everyone. Come on, make some noise.